Bollywood's version of Naleba spooked the audience. Did Yamla Pagla Divana impress फिर से?
इस स्टोरी में इमोशन है, ड्रामा है, ट्रेजेडी है
और बहुत सारा एंटरटेनमेंट.
Did Searching manage to find box office success?
She was my best friend.
Oh my God.
told me she ran away.
I'm Margot.
Friday verdict.
Is Bengaluru becoming the next Udta Punjab? Cops and colleges join hands to tackle the drug menace. Over 250 drug peddlers arrested so far this year. Bengaluru on high alert.
Hello and welcome. You're watching NEWS9 with me, Vijay. First up, we bring you the top stories of the day. Take a look. If the grapevine is to be believed, differences have emerged between the former Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and Congress State in Charge KC Venugopal. KC Venugopal is said to be unhappy over Siddaramaiah's recent comments on becoming a Chief Minister again. Coalition partners Congress and JDS will be holding a coordination committee meeting, and the leaders are likely to discuss the cabinet expansion, appointment to boards and corporations, and Karnataka debt relief ordinance, among other issues, will be discussed. Rahul Gandhi has directed KC Venugopal to hold talks with state leaders with regard to complaint by H.D. Kumaraswamy. KC Venugopal is likely to hold talks with Siddaramaiah and Dr. G. Parmeshwara in Bengaluru this evening. H.D. Devegowda hits out at the BJP, says Congress and JDS are unwilling to let the BJP take over the government. Devegowda said that the coalition government was stable and that all differences within the government will be ironed out in the coordination committee meeting. Devegowda also bats for Congress leader R.V. Deshpande, says there is nothing wrong in R.V. Deshpande desiring to become the Chief Minister. Chief Minister Kumaraswamy on Thursday had said that R.V. Deshpande was willing to become a Chief Minister and not just Siddaramaiah.
ಸುದೀರ್ಘವಾದ ಮಂತ್ರಿಸ್ಥಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಇಲಾಖೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಿರ್ವಹಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬಹಳ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಇಲಾಖೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಅವರು ಭಾವನೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ತಪ್ಪೇನು.
Primary and Secondary Education Minister N. Mahesh hits out at Siddaramaiah, says that the former Chief Minister will never become the Chief Minister again. Not just that, N. Mahesh also said that all the Congress MLAs will support Kumaraswamy as he has dreams of developing the state.
ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾಗ್ತಾರೆ? ಈಗ ಸಮ್ಮಿಶ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅವರು, ಅವರಿರುವಾಗ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬರಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತದೆ? ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ.
Chief Minister Kumaraswamy's temple run continues. The Chief Minister will be visiting the Kanaka Durga temple in Andhra Pradesh. HTK, who arrived at the Gannavaram airport along with his wife Anita Kumaraswamy, was received by Andhra Pradesh officials Devineni Uma Maheshwar Rao and Minister Pulla Rao. This is the 44th temple HTK has visited in the past 100 days after taking oath as the Chief Minister of Karnataka. Chief Minister met Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu in Vijayawada. The two met at a private hotel and discussed various political topics, but the leaders are said to have discussed about supporting each other ahead of the Lok Sabha polls. Kumaraswamy also reacted on the JDS allying with the TDP.
Yeah, we are like brothers. we are eagerly waiting for the election. We will join hand with several regional parties. We will come together unitedly.
Chief Minister Kumaraswamy and Anita Kumaraswamy visited the residence of the noted industrialist Koteshwar Rao in Hyderabad, and it is said that the Chief Minister and Anita Kumaraswamy are seeking Koteshwar's daughter's hand for their son Nikhil Kumaraswamy. However, when asked, Kumaraswamy brushed it aside, saying that it was mere rumours.
No, that is all rumors. That is all rumors.
A two-member report by the DGCA confirmed that a technical snag had developed in a plane taken by Rahul Gandhi from New Delhi to Hubli on April 26. And what's more shocking is that the plane could have crashed had there been a 20-second delay. The Deputy Chief Minister takes the Dasrahali BBMP officials to task during a surprise visit. Parmeshwara warned officials and asked them to report to duty on time. While the Deputy Chief Minister was seen examining documents for more than 2 hours, officials were seen struggling to answer questions fired by him. The BBMP is mulling at levying new transport cess on vehicle owners. People owning more than 4 to 5 vehicles are likely to be penalised. Parking space will be denied in case vehicle owners fail to pay the cess. The government has replied to the High Court's order on removal of illegal flexes. The Advocate General says the government would require 30 days to consider objections over ad policy. The High Court has also asked the government to take a tough action against those who have repeatedly violated the government's order. Urban local bodies headed for polls and elections are being held across 2,574 wards of 105 local bodies. Counting will be held across taluk centres in all districts and results will be announced on September 3rd. Actor-turned politician Ramya's name was listed in the voters list of Ward number 11 in Mandya. Rumours are rife in the constituency speculating whether Ramya would cast her vote or not. Ramya had not cast a vote the last time during the Vidhan Sabha polls owing to differences within the party. Congress MLC CM Ibrahim is in the dock. The BJP delegation led by Padmanabha Reddy will lodge a complaint against him. Ibrahim is accused of possessing 2 voter IDs in Bhadravati and Shivajinagar. Exercising one's franchise is not just one's right but also a duty. Setting an example of the same, a nursing mother was seen casting a vote along with a newborn in Chitradurga. Vijaypura DC was seen wielding a lathi outside polling booth in Ward number 3 and 4. DC Sanjay Shattanawar was seen chasing away party workers from the premises of the polling booth. Workers of political parties were reportedly campaigning within the 100-meter radius around the booth. Voting was reportedly smooth in Hassan district except for one incident reported from Chennaraya Patna. Hassan DC Rohini Sinduri, who voted for the first time in the Hassan municipal election, reacted on the same.
ಹಾಸನದಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಮುನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ. ಇವಾಗ ತನಕ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಮೂತಾಗಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಯಾವುದೋ ಚನ್ನರಾಯಪಟ್ಟಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಯಿತು, ಅದು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸುಗಮವಾಗಿ ಮಸ್ಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿ ಇವಾಗ ತನಕ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಇನ್ ಪೋಲಿಂಗ್.
Voters in Tumukuru were perturbed as they did not find their names in the voting list. Many were left clueless as to whom to approach and where.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇರೋ 6 ಬೂತಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಅವ್ರ ಬೂತ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಆ ಬೂತಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ವೋಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬೇರೆ ಬೂತಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಡುಕಿದ್ರು ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವಾರ್ಡ್ಗೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ಯಾ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ವಾರ್ಡ್ನವರೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದಾರ, ವೋಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದಾರ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಜನ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಇದೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ವೋಟರ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆ ತರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
Senior citizens led the way in Chikodi. A 90-year-old man was seen casting his vote at the voting booth. And many other senior citizens too were seen casting their votes in Bagalkot, Mandya and Koppal. While the third gender usually complains of denial of rights, transgenders in Mandya were seen exercising their franchise. There were reports of candidates breaching the model code of conduct in many constituencies. Candidates were seen performing puja to EVM machines at polling booths in Bagalkot and Davangere, Haveri as well as Gadag. Voting in Udupi was halted for a while. Following an EVM glitch, voters were seen returning without casting their votes for some time. A Congress worker who was accused of distributing money in Bidar has been arrested. The incident was reported from Ward number 14 of Alikeda. Supporters of the Congress candidate Muhammad Asif were taken into custody and then released. Political party workers and cops were seen getting into a war of words in several polling booths across the state. Clashes were reported from Yadgir, Raichur and other places. A school teacher was accused of distributing money to voters in Bagalkot. The teacher was caught on camera distributing money. The teacher Sangana Basappa is said to have been campaigning for the local BJP candidate. Specially able people to cast their votes across several polling booths. Specially able people were seen casting their votes in Gadag, Mysuru and Bagalkot. Activists and citizens groups are demanding the Southwestern Railway to add suburban trains in the city. The young and the old gathered at the Kamalram station in Sarjapur. Protesters are travelling from Yashwantpur to Hosur and will return as they want the government to ensure that the suburban trains are given prime importance. Slip into a short break now, but news and updates continue on the other side. Stay tuned.
अगले 4 रात वो शिकार पे आने वाली है। कौन? स्त्री।
Did Bollywood's version of Naleba spook the audience? Did Yamla Pagla Divana impress फिर से?
इस स्टोरी में इमोशन है, ड्रामा है, ट्रेजेडी है
और बहुत सारा एंटरटेनमेंट।
Did Searching manage to find box office success?
She was my best friend.
Oh my God.
told me she ran away.
And Margot.
Friday verdict.
Welcome back. There's big news just coming in. The Coordination Committee meeting will take place at 6 p.m. today in the Kumara Krupa Guest House. The Coordination Committee meeting will decide names for cabinet berths and board chairmen. The committee is likely to give the nod for cabinet expansion. The committee will also discuss the induction of KPCC President and JDS President of the committee. This is the big news which is just coming in. A Coordination Committee meeting will take place today at 6 p.m. in Kumara Krupa Guest House. The meeting will decide the names for cabinet berths and board chairmen. The committee is likely to give a nod for cabinet expansion. The committee will also discuss induction of the KPCC President and the JDS State President in the committee. It was earlier scheduled for 4 p.m. this evening, but now it has been scheduled for 6 p.m. where the state in charge, K.C. Venugopal, is also likely to attend the committee meeting. The PWD Minister H.D. Revana meanwhile reacted on today's Coordination Committee meeting, and he said there's no need to worry. The meeting will happen smoothly. We will not comment on the debate over the confusion created by Siddaramaia's statement. Well, there were speculations that the Coordination Committee will see a heated debate, as Siddaramaiah is the chairman of the Coordination Committee. A heated debate over Siddaramaiah making statements about returning as Chief Minister, but H.D. Revana has said that the issue will not be brought up at the Coordination Committee meeting, and there was no need to worry. The Coordination Committee will be a smooth affair, is what H.D. Revana said. And let's listen to what Revana had to comment on this.
ಏನು ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರು ಗಾಬರಿ ಆಗಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ನಡೀರಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ ಚರ್ಚೆ? ಅದನ್ನು ಅವ್ರ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇನು ಚರ್ಚೆ. ಏನು ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರು ಗಾಬರಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು.
Well, that's what Revana is saying. No one need to be scared about the Coordination Committee meeting. And he said Siddaramaia's affairs are his statements, are his own affairs, and it will not be discussed at the Coordination Committee meeting. Well, the Coordination Committee meeting will discuss many cabinet berths and members of boards and corporations. But there is a suspicion that Siddaramaia's statements will also be discussed, but H.D. Revana, the PWD minister, refuting that it will be discussed at all, and said that there's no need to worry. The Coordination Committee meeting will be a smooth affair. And some more big news is coming in. K.C. Venugopal has summoned Lakshmi Hebalkar and Jarkiholi brothers to the KPCC office tomorrow. Venugopal will hold a meeting with the trio over complaints by Lakshmi Hebalkar. Lakshmi Hebalkar had complained against Jarkiholi brothers. This is the big news just coming in. K.C. Venugopal summons Lakshmi Hebalkar and Jarkiholi brothers to the KPCC office tomorrow. Venugopal will hold a meeting with the trio over complaints by Lakshmi Hebalkar. And Lakshmi Hebalkar had complained against the Jarkiholi brothers, and the issue will be sorted out with K.C. Venugopal, the state in charge, at the KPCC office tomorrow. Well, the state in charge, a very busy few days in Bengaluru. First, he has to sort out the issue with the Siddaramaiah making statements. He will be speaking to Siddaramaiah and the Deputy Chief Minister G. Parmeshwara. And apart from that, he will be attending the Coordination Committee meeting. And then there will be the issue between Lakshmi Hebalkar and the Jarkiholi brothers, which will be sorted out as well. He has asked both Lakshmi Hebalkar and the Jarkiholi brothers to appear in the KPCC office tomorrow and the issue will be discussed. And now some big news coming in. The state government has released 200 crore rupees grants for relief works in 7 flooded districts. 85 crore rupees has been released to Kodagu, 20.88 crores to Dakshina Kannada. Udupi will get 14.54 crore rupees. Chikmagaluru, 25.13 crore rupees. Hassan, 27.94 crore rupees. Uttara Kannada, 11.51 crore rupees. And Shivamogga, 15 crore rupees. So about 200 crore rupees being released across the state for 7 flood-hit districts. And of course, these are the districts. So Kodagu was the worst hit in the rains, and Kodagu will get 85 crore rupees. Meanwhile, the other districts varying between 10 and 20 crores. Of course, Dakshina Kannada also was severely hit. So Dakshina Kannada and Udupi will get about 20.88 crores and 14.54 crores respectively. Chikmagaluru 25.13 crores, Hassan 27.94 crores, Uttara Kannada 11.51 crores. And some more big news coming in. A bike theft has been caught on CCTV camera in Yashwantpur. A theft took place on Thursday at an apartment in LIC colony. Thieves have been targeting 80 apartments in the locality. Bikes parked in the basement of the apartments have been stolen. A week ago, petrol from bikes parked in the same apartment was stolen. This is the big news which is just coming in. A bike theft has been caught on CCTV camera in Yashwantpur, and the theft took place on Thursday at an apartment in LIC colony. Thieves have been targeting 80 apartments in the locality. The bikes parked in the basement of the apartments were stolen, and a week ago petrol from bikes parked in the same apartment was stolen as well. These are visuals from Yashwantpur. You can see one of them making away with a bike. The bike was stolen, and this is the CCTV footage which was captured. This is the 80 apartments in Yashwantpur. You can see a man actually walking in with a helmet, with a hood also on his head. And this bike theft was caught on camera. There's one particular apartment which bike thieves have been targeting in the locality. Petrol from bikes parked in 80 apartments was stolen, and now bikes itself have been stolen. 80 apartments located in Yashwantpur, and these are CCTV footage. You can see the bike thief making away with the bike on the left-hand side of the screen, and on the right-hand side are visuals of him walking towards the apartment with a helmet in hand and a hood over his head. An unidentified man has become a headache for auto drivers in Rajarajeshwari Nagar. Auto drivers claim that an unidentified man posing as a traffic cop was extorting money from auto drivers. One such video has gone viral. Auto drivers claim that the man posing as a traffic cop is torturing them. Well, that is the cop demanding money from auto drivers. It is said that he extorts money from auto drivers and threatens to seize the auto. He goes into the auto and says that the auto driver should hand over the money. And it is said that he is not a cop, he is just a person in a cop's disguise. The government has replied to the High Court on the removal of flexes and banners. The BBMP's ad policy has reached the government, says Advocate General Uday Holla. 30 days are needed to consider the objections of the ad policy, is what the Buzwatola has said 228 accused and 234 illegal flexes cases have confessed to their crimes. And the High Court has asked the government to take tough action against the accused if they repeat the offence. And a notice will be issued to private property owners for erecting hoardings, is what the BBMP has said. The government agencies have failed in providing basic infrastructure in fast-growing Bengaluru, is what the High Court is saying. Government agencies should pull up their socks to restore the image of Bengaluru, is what the High Court is saying. A group of lawyers staged a protest in front of the High Court today against the arrest of lawyers and activists related to the Bhima-Koregaon violence. Protests were staged in front of the Golden Jubilee Gate, accusing the Maharashtra government and the cops. And it may be recalled that in the Bhima-Koregaon case, the Supreme Court had ordered that the activists be placed under house arrest till September 5th, when the hearing will resume. And now, lawyers and activists in Bengaluru have protested against the house arrest of the activists in the Bhima-Koregaon case.
Those two pieces of papers are created, fabricated, framed in the RSS office at Nagpur, and that was handed over to the police. They say that they have seized it. What is the evidentiary value? We have law. Obey law, protect constitution, investigate. See, the duty of the police is to gather evidence, investigate, then take it to the prosecution, then take it to the court for conviction. What is going on is police are taking law into their hands. It is violence and torture. They are torturing the people, activists, lawyers who are supporting the marginalized people. Therefore, absolutely no evidence. It's all fabricated, dust bill value.
And it's election time again. This time the local body polls across a few districts in the state are being held. High drama was witnessed outside a polling booth in Belagavi as the former MLAs had a heated debate. The incident took place at Ramadurga town. Cops had to resort to a lathi charge to disperse crowds. Well, the MLAs faced off against each other, creating a ruckus in Belagavi. And finally, the police had to intervene and a mild lathi charge ensued so that the supporters of both the MLAs were dispersed. People from all walks of life are coming out to vote in the local body polls. Even a life-threatening injury did not deter a man from casting his vote. He came to a polling booth on a stretcher. Jayana met with an accident a few days back, but he did not wish that he miss his right to vote. With the help of his relatives who helped him, who brought him to the polling booth, Jayana cast his vote. He was brought on a stretcher. These are the visuals of Jayana being brought on a stretcher. He was admitted to a hospital a few days ago as he had met with an accident, and he was brought on a stretcher where he cast his vote. A school teacher has been accused of distributing money to voters in Bagalkot. The accused teacher was caught on camera bribing voters at a house. The teacher Sangana Basappa was campaigning for the local BJP candidate. And these are visuals of him distributing cash to people in Bagalkot. This was caught on camera. His name is Sangana Basappa and he was a teacher, and it is said that he was campaigning for the local BJP candidate. JDS and Congress workers clashed in Ward number 6 during the Mysore Mahanagara Palika elections. A quarrel took place after the Congress workers blamed JDS for distributing money. JDS workers took objection to it and indulged in an argument which led to the fight. cops were forced to resort to a mild lathi charge to disperse the crowd. The incident took place near the polling booth in ward number 6. Well, it was said that the Congress and JDS would not ally for these polls, and there seems to have been a ruckus, a face-off between JDS and Congress workers in Mysuru. Election officials allege mismanagement in ward number 18 of Ullal in Mangaluru. Election officials claim that they were not given breakfast and lunch. But it is said that not only election officials, security personnel stationed at the polling booth too were forced to survive on water and biscuits, and they were not given breakfast and lunch. And these are visuals of the polling booth in Ullal, where polling staff as well as security personnel were not given any food. They were forced to survive on biscuits and water.
ಸರ್ ಊಟ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಇಷ್ಟರವರೆಗೆ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಚಾ ಆಯ್ತಾ
Well, this is a state of polling officials as well as security personnel in Ullal in Mangaluru, and this is ward number 18. One of the polling booths, you can see the security officials trying to ask for water. There was no water, and both security officials as well as polling booth staff were not given food. They were not given breakfast as well as lunch, and were forced to continue duty. All that they were given was water and biscuits.
ಸರ್ ಊಟ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ
And in a unique occurrence, a newly married couple arrived straight from the marriage hall and cast their vote in Hassan. Pooja and Karthik got married this morning and left the marriage hall immediately after the rituals. And these are visuals of the couple on the left-hand side of your screen are from Hassan. But there was another couple from Raichuru also who turned up to cast their vote soon after the marriage rituals. And these are the couples who decided that casting their vote, exercising their franchise was much more important than celebrating their marriage. And so both the couples turned up at the marriage halls, of course, in different, turned up at the voting booths, of course, in different places in Hassan and Raichuru. An ambulance driver struggled to overtake a car as a driver intentionally did not give way. The video was taken by passengers in another vehicle. The ambulance driver was forced to follow the car for more than 10 kilometers. The incident took place on BC Road of Bantwal in Dakshina Kannada district. The ambulance was ferrying a patient to hospital in Mangaluru. There you can see the car not giving way for the ambulance. The car just not allowing the ambulance to overtake, and meanwhile oncoming traffic also posing a problem for the ambulance. The ambulance was ferrying a patient to Mangaluru, and this happened on BC Road of Bantwal of Dakshina Kannada district. Even as the ambulance horns were blaring, this car did not give way for the ambulance. It should have pulled over to the side and allow the ambulance to go past it, but that was not what happened. And even as the ambulance tries to overtake, it has to be careful of oncoming vehicles. This is the BC Road of Bantwal in Dakshina Kannada district where this incident took place. It is said that the ambulance had to follow this car for about 10 kilometers because the car decided not to give way to the ambulance driver. Well, I'm joined in by my colleague Pratibha on the phone line. Pratibha, truly very insensitive action by this particular driver who did not allow the ambulance, not allowing the ambulance to overtake for about 10 kilometers.
Absolutely, Michael, and these visuals have been captured on mobile as well, and this did not go on for a small distance. This went on for about 10 kilometers, quite unbelievably. The ambulance driver was struggling to overtake this vehicle, and from our visuals we can see it's a very narrow road. So if the ambulance driver tries to overtake the vehicle as well, it could get extremely risky. So that's the reason why the ambulance driver was forced to really drive behind this vehicle, and it almost seemed like on purpose this vehicle was trying to block this ambulance. And we know the rules. Usually, anytime we see an ambulance, we always give way, and every driver knows it. So this driver, of course, we can see very clearly what the car number is. He has not been identified yet, but it would be easy for the police officials to track him down and take him into custody. We know of a similar incident that took place in Kerala as well, where a man had blocked an ambulance for no reason whatsoever for about 3 kilometers, after which he was taken into custody. He was booked well, and he was out on bail. But it's quite a serious charge because he might be risking a life as well. In the ambulance, you never know, there could be a patient needing immediate care, which is the reason why they would have put on the sirens for the ambulance to make way to the hospital quickly. And this is voluntarily causing a delay in the ambulance to cross, and this could have also put a person's life at risk. So this is something that is done on intention, not for a small distance, for about 10 kilometers, which is why the attendant inside the ambulance decided to record this video. If this is handed over to the police officials, they can track down this car driver and take him into custody as well. As of now, not much details available, Michael. All we know is that the incident took place on BC Road of Bandwal of Dakshina Kannada district, and the ambulance was ferrying the patient to a hospital in Mangaluru. The patient in the ambulance is said to be fine. There's nothing to worry about, thankfully. But it is a tragedy averted. There could be a patient needing immediate care, and since the driver did not give way at all, a case is likely to be registered, and the police officials are likely to take action against him, Michael.
Right, Pratibha, thank you for joining us with all those details there. My colleague Pratibha listing out as to what exactly happened. 10 kilometers, the ambulance was not allowed to overtake this car. Very insensitive of the driver. Pratibha also mentioned about a previous incident in Kerala where the ambulance was tailing a car for about 3 kilometers. But this is, for 10 kilometers, the ambulance was not allowed to overtake and go on its way. Even as it tried overtaking, there were oncoming vehicles, as you can see from the visuals. This happened on the BC Road in Mangaluru. And a bike rider was killed on the spot after a mini lorry rammed into a two-wheeler in Nelamangala. The deceased has been identified as 45-year-old Ravi Shankar. The accident took place on National Highway number 75. Tragic incident there in Nelamangala on National Highway 75, where a two-wheeler was hit by a mini lorry and he died on the spot. And the accident victim is 45-year-old Ravi Shankar. That's a wrap in this edition of the Bulletin. Coming up on the other side is a NEWS9 Entertainment Special Friday Verdict. Stay tuned.
Is Bengaluru becoming the next Udutta Punjab? Cops and colleges join hands to tackle the drug menace. Over 250 drug peddlers arrested so far this year. Bengaluru on high alert.